Hey there, how y'all doing? Mr. Martin here, your auto service instructor at the Career Education Center. We are building cars again. I haven't posted a video in a long time, but stay tuned for this one. We are doing a 1999 Astro van that we're working on right now. And we're going to, we're doing a lift kit, wheels and tires. We're gonna do some transfer case upgrades to it. We're gonna pull out the all-wheel drive transfer case, put an S10 transfer case in it, so stay tuned for that. We'll have that as a separate video. But for right now, we've got the Astro Offroad lift kit is what we're using right now. It's their swashbuckler, I think they call it, lift kit. It's a pretty cool lift kit. You'll see, stay tuned for that, and that'll be coming up next. But here's our Astro van. We've got a 1999 Astro van that we are getting this thing built. We've got a 2-inch lift kit in it. We've got wheels and tires done. We've done a lot of work to this van. Done a ton of work to this little Astro van, and it's only going to get better. So stay tuned. We got some more videos coming of the install kit. Let's talk about the front bump stops on the Astro van. So with the lift kit, we have to take out the old bump stops, and it's a 15mm socket, and you go right down through that hole right there to get it out of there. And then when you get your new one, comes with a new bump stop, comes with the little adapter, but the nut and the lock washer are kind of hard to get in. So what I do is I'll take a piece of paper, in this case a old towel, put it over the head of the socket, put the nut down inside there. That holds the nut in place. I take a little bit of silicone, I put silicone around the nut a little bit, I set the lock washer on there, and now, if you're careful, you've got something that's not going to fall off, to where you can hold all this up in there and then put it together. So I will be back. All right, I'm back. Just takes a minute. Now we'll have our new bump stop in, and plus our little lift spacer in. And we're gonna do a little walk around here and show you the rest of the lift kit installed. So hang tight. Okay, we're gonna talk about the Astro Offroad lift kit. So it comes with these brackets. We've already installed them. You can go on their website. I'm sure you can figure out what they look like. But there's a big bolt that takes the old shackle out. Once you get it out, this plate goes in. This is a heavy duty plate. There's actually 3 bolts here that bolted in place. We installed a hitch at the same time. So if you don't have a hitch and you want one, now is the time to do it. So all that gets bolted in. It's a great kit. It relocates the shackles. It comes with these arms. Super easy to do. Disconnect your shocks, both sides. Then this whole thing will drop down. Don't forget to move your vent line, and also your drop down for the brake lines. It doesn't come with a bolt for the drop down, so we just use a 5/16 bolt and a nut, and we just bolted it on, and it just ties in up on the top up there with the factory bolt there. So plenty of slop there, works good. Bump stops, comes with the bump stop adapters, new bump stops, the extensions and everything. Super easy to put in, just bolts in right there, bolts into the factory location. Super easy installation. The high school kids, they helped with this. We really did this back half in probably an hour and a half. It didn't take us that long to put both sides in and to get this swapped out. It took us longer to get the hitch in and get all the bolts lined up for the hitch than I think it actually took to put in the rear lift on this thing. But we went to the bottom hole because we want maximum lift on this thing. So this is done. Then the front, again, we used it on the lift here. So the front, we have a pole jack, which is one of those guys right there. There's one there and there's another one right there. We just used one of them, and we put it right here, and we took 3 bolts out, the body mount bolts on the subframe out. So you got one here, you got one there, and you've got one in the front. So we took one side out, we loosened the other side, we put our pole jack underneath here, and we jacked the body up just a little bit just to get these spacers in. So one thing to note, the spacers, there's 4 of them that have a bigger hole in them because the middle bolt is a bigger diameter bolt than the back one and the front one. So make sure you don't put those in first in the wrong spot because you're gonna take them back out. But we lifted up that. We had just enough space to lift it up a little bit to slip in all spacers on all 3 of them on this side. Once we got those down, we just kind of hand snug them. Then we went to this side. We took the bolts out of here. We put our pole jack back underneath here. We lifted the body up just enough to get the spacers in here, here, and the front one up there, right there. And then once we had all that done, we went ahead and tightened all of our bolts down. We torqued them down to specs, and you're done. Fan has plenty of clearance. We already clearanced this fan because we were going to do something different at one point in time, but I don't think you need to do that with this lift. And this works there. And then we did our bump stops on both sides. The front bump stops, take out the old ones, put the new ones in. You'll see that in a second. And then we also did some trimming here. The high schoolers trimmed all this out. They ground it down and gives us some good clearance, is what it does for our tires. Now these are 245 70/16 tire, which equates to a 29.5-inch tall tire. But these are the wheels we went with. We went with these wheels and tires on this van build. I like the look, and we just liked it. So that's what we're doing. The last thing we're gonna have to do here once we get it on the ground, we're gonna have to go to the torsion keys, and we're gonna have to tighten those up to tighten our torsions up to get our lift out of the front here for both sides. So we'll set our ride height. We're just gonna put that other tire back on. Then we're probably gonna get it on the ground, and then we're gonna do our ride height and get that set where it needs to be. So there you go. Thank you for watching.